Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to Avatar The Last Airbender, episodes 13, 14, 15 and 16. Some great episodes. I did a quadruple reaction to so that I can finish on episode 16, and then for the next reaction for next week it will be a quadruple so that I can finish exactly on episode 20, which is the last episode of season 1, so that I can exactly finish season 1 instead of being in the middle of season 2. In the first episode, it was called The Blue Spirit, and it was there's this competition going on between Zhao and Zuko of who can capture the avatar first. So I mean, this is like a big story arc throughout the season of Zuko trying to capture Aang, but he keeps on failing, and so does Zhao. So Zhao, he actually managed to capture Aang after he tried to find some medicine for Katara and Sokka, who felt really ill after being in that storm in the previous episode, so in the previous reaction. So they got a huge fever. Sokka got it first, and then Katara started getting the fever as well. So Aang had to find some medicines elsewhere to heal them, and then they can travel about again. But during that, Aang got himself captured because Zhao, who actually got promoted, is now an admiral. He hired a bunch of extremely precise archers to capture Aang, and he was captured for a while, but he was actually getting followed by the Blue Spirit, who actually turned out to be Zuko at the end. I really should have thought it was Zuko, and I had a feeling it would be, but because I fought during the fight after Zuko freed Aang from getting captured, they were all getting attacked by the Fire Nation because they eventually found out that Aang actually got released. So they tried to find him, and they did, and they tried to like stop him from escaping the Fire Nation area, you know. Zuko, he obviously his mission is to capture the avatar first. It's very important to him. And then Aang, he found out it was Zuko after after he got hit by a lot of fire. So because his mask got taken off, he saw the scar part, so he knew it was Zuko and took him to a safe place, and even told him like if he hadn't been a firebender, if he hadn't also been an avatar, they probably would have been friends, which is interesting. Also, like during the actual like mission when Zuko was releasing Aang from the prison, I didn't know it was Zuko at first, because I thought he did water bending during the time when he was like fighting all of the Fire Nation soldiers. I didn't think he was Zuko, so at the end it was a bit of a surprise, but then again it made so much sense of why, you know, like why would this person free Aang in the first place? Of course it's going to be Zuko, because Zuko wants to capture Aang himself. I was just a little bit confused as to thinking it was waterbending that I did before, but I guess it was just air from his sticks. I don't know. I don't know what I saw, what I imagined. So yeah, so that was a bit of a failure mission, but at least Aang got away safely and managed to heal Katara and Sokka with those frozen frogs, which was a bit disgusting of them chewing on a frog, and just so that they can heal from their fever. So in the second episode they went to a village that had a fortune teller, and there was this girl called Mag who was like really into Aang, and Katara, she was so eager, very very eager to get her fortune told, and she really believed in all of that stuff. Sokka is the one that is very logical and pessimistic, and we see that a lot. We see him being a very pessimistic, more logical, more rational type of person, and that's totally fine. I like seeing the differences in personality types between crewmates, teammates, you know. It just makes things more interesting. so like Katara and basically all of the village people, they really believed in this woman's fortune telling, and they actually believed her fortune that the volcano is not going to erupt, but it actually does. Aang and Sokka, they find out that the volcano is going to erupt when they actually go up and climb and see all of the lava. So they try to warn the villagers, but the villagers, they don't believe Aang and Sokka because of Sokka's pessimism, and they really really believe in the fortune teller. So who seemed a bit dodgy with the fortune telling. Like I found some of her predictions really vague. But anyway, so the way to like convince them is to actually make it look like an omen is coming by creating the skull in the clouds, which the fortune teller said was a huge omen that destruction is going to come. So that's when the villagers finally realized that the volcano is actually going to erupt. But they did save the villagers in the end, so it all went well. Also, I find it interesting with this whole love triangle thing. So initially I thought that Katara was actually at least fairly romantically interested in Aang just because of how close they are, but I guess she's kind of friend zoning him because she did actually show some interest in Jet in episode 10, so that actually counters the idea that she has romantic feelings for Aang. But then again, they do have a very close bond, and Aang, like, he really likes Katara, and Katara, like, sometimes just is a bit oblivious to how much he really likes her. Like, the fact that he even made the necklace, like, a necklace for her, because she lost her mother's necklace. Yeah, but he does actually get that back after Zuko goes after them. So in the third episode, Zuko was after Aang by using Katara's necklace to his advantage. So there was this beast that June, a new character called June, she very interesting, mysterious and strong, very strong female character. I love that there's a lot of strong female characters in this anime. It's really nice seeing that. So she used a beast. Zuko basically instructed her to use the beast to smell out technically Katara, but it is to actually capture Aang. So wherever Katara is, Aang is going to be there. But they separated because Katara and Sokka, they found Bato, who is actually their dad's friend, I believe. They wanted to find out more about what happened to their father, who went out to war, and they haven't seen him for like 2 years. So yeah, and Aang, he felt so left out, and they were just not giving him the attention, which made them split up. But Aang, he found out that actually Katara and Sokka were in a lot of trouble after finding out about Zuko trying to find him. So he went back to save them, and yeah, that was that episode. And in the last episode, Aang learns firebending, and there's this man who is a firebender, but is not actually like affiliated with the Fire Lord. He's like a deserter. So there was this man I was following the trio that told them about the deserter who could teach Aang firebending. So Aang confronted the man, and the man was extremely reluctant to teach Aang firebending because it's such a violent element, and a lot of people will lose self-control because of that, and because of personal experience of Master Zhao losing control and just being very consumed by hate and evil. Like, he really became corrupt because of firebending, and he really didn't want that to happen again. So I totally understand it from his point of view, but Aang, he is the avatar, so it's his destiny to learn firebending, so he does eventually teach him that. But then Aang, he loses control. He loses control, and then Katara, she actually gets burnt. her hands get burnt by Aang's firebending because he lost control of it. And oh, that was a sad scene of just seeing Katara cry. But she actually has healing powers. Her water has healing properties to it, so she was able to heal her her hands with water. So that was really cool that she does have healing powers now. So yeah, and now Aang, he knows firebending now, so that's really cool. And I like the way he was taunting Zhao at the end. Like, you lose self-control. It's all about the self-control with that power and with elemental abilities in general. So yeah, that's that. And it'll be interesting to know how he's going to learn earthbending, because that is the next element to learn. So yeah, what you think on this episode, let me know and stay tuned for more.